Hey everybody, how is it going? Hey, I got a special guest with me, Dave Singer, LVO fame. You guys know the face, you guys know the voice. Oh yeah. And you know what? This is a little impromptu get together. Dave decided to stop by my house and pick up some hot peppers. And he said, "Hey John, you know what? I want to try one of those hot pepper challenges. I want to go live with it." And I said, "Hey, let's do this. We got this going on." So without further ado, we're going to do this quick because you know how hot pepper challenges go. If you don't move quick through them, you ain't moving through them.
We'll see.
And so as we go through, we're going to try some peppers and maybe hear a little bit about how Dave got into shoutcasting at the LVO and some other cool stuff like that. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So the first pepper, Dave, that we're going to take on, sir, and I'll let you reach in for yourself, is the Trinidad perfume pepper. And this thing is a Trinidad scorpion pepper that they've bred all the heat out of, okay? So you get all the experience of a hot pepper and no heat. So let's just dive right in.
All right.
Delicious. We got a little trash can yak bag going on back there. And let me grab a napkin for each of us. And what do you think of that pepper? Give me your first impressions.
Yeah, like I say, there's you might find a little bit of heat way on the backside, but it's super small. Like a peppercini has more zest floating out of that thing sometimes. But
Right.
sweet, almost a little nutty flavor in there, maybe.
Yeah. It's not real fruity, but it has a sweetness to it.
Yeah,
huh?
It does. That was good.
That's a nice pepper.
That's
those
an
are,
easy one to eat.
those are easy. Yeah, those are good on salad, stuff like that. Okay.
I feel like he's reeling me in.
Reeling you in. You know, you start small and you fall for it because you look at a pepper like this and you go, oh, that looks about like these friendly peppers. They must be about the same, right?
They're all in the same family.
They're all peppers, no big deal. So the next one on the cutting board here is the famed Datil sweet pepper.
Sweet.
This is considered to be the mildest pepper with a measurable Scoville heat.
Oh, okay.
500 Scoville. It's probably going to be about like that Trinidad perfume. Those were a little spicier than the ones I've had earlier in the year. So again, without further ado, grab one of those bad boys and
get on in.
Dive right in. So I will say, my first impression, not as sweet as the Trinidad perfume.
Definitely not. And I dare say maybe even less heat.
Yeah, less. That was super mild.
Very mild. Very little flavor. You know, it almost reminded me like sometimes when you go too far into a bell pepper, you get a little bit of the top of it. It has just, a little bit of that taste, but
like that what we call the peppery flavor. There's a name at which I forget, but that pepper flavor. But not much else going on. I wasn't impressed.
More like the smell of a pepper. Than the actual flavor of a pepper. Yeah.
And it was a perfume pepper, so another one of those. Now, beyond those, this is where the heat begins for us.
Exciting.
So, right off the bat, we have a couple of these Koyana peppers.
Beautiful.
And these are actually considered an ornamental pepper. This plant produces a massive amount of peppers. These are about 50,000 Scovilles, which is about 10 times hotter than a jalapeno.
Right.
Most people who've eaten hot foods have eaten something this hot before. So, once again, you just dive right in.
Now that definitely has some heat to it. Now it rolls more to the back of the throat, I think, than up front. So let's see, we get a change as like it's working its way down the tongue a little bit.
Yeah. This one is a changer, right? It's changing your mouth. It's kind of building some heat, maybe, like you said, in the back of your mouth mostly.
I can feel it in the ear a little bit behind the eye, but it's not unbearable. I mean, it's just it's a good solid heat. Not a whole lot of sweetness or pepper flavor to this.
No,
just a little heat coming across, right? Just a little heat.
Yeah, that's about all I'm getting out of these ones too. Now, oh my gosh, you know what? We almost forgot the most important part before we go on, and my lovely wife Donna is sitting over here. Donna, would you mind grabbing us, please, the tomatoes and salt out of the kitchen?
So we're not even there yet, and he's already calling for backup. I just want to point that out.
Yes, well, I know what's coming next. And I myself, if you don't mind, I'm going to have a little thing. Let me get you a glass I didn't just blow in, which is actually a brand new disposable cup.
There you go. COVID free.
That's how we do it nowadays. Now, I have a fine selection of whiskeys over here. I've been enjoying this Kayo Japanese whiskey lately.
Oh, yeah. I'm all good with that. It sounds delicious.
Excellent. So, need a little something to clear the palate after something like that Koyana. It had a little bit of heat, and
it's pretty much almost gone. There's still a little bit of a tingling sensation.
Tingling, yeah. Yeah, but it's not really hitting you hard. Go ahead and set that down, baby. Awesome. Thank you, Donna. My wife, Donna, who everybody knows, also from the LVO.
So you guys know some, there she is. Some backyard tomatoes as well, right, John?
Yes, sir.
Backyard tomato. This is apparently the Mercy Tongue Band-Aid. Yes. You really need it.
I found over now a few years of eating hot peppers and consulting with other pepper aficionados, and believe me, I know all about the science of milk and why people say that, but when my stomach's being blasted, I don't know if a stomach full of milk is what I usually want. And I can tell you from personal experience that anything cold sets you up for a roller coaster ride. It's gonna turn off the heat and it's gonna punch back. It's gonna turn it off, it's gonna punch back. So I find that the tomato and the salt just kind of scrubs that pepper oil out of your mouth, cleans it out a little bit. If you need to spit, that's fine.
Got it right there.
Hopefully we won't get to that point, but without further ado, sir, a little palate cleanser. Thank you. That's delicious.
Delicious.
Stuff. See, and all the heat's gone. Okay. Now things are going to get serious. And
why are you using a knife, John?
Now, if you want, Dave, you can take on that whole pepper yourself. But I was going to propose to split this pepper in half with you.
Okay.
This is the Sugar Rush Peach Pepper, which are delicious. An absolute sweet pepper. I've sent these to a lot of people. You may have seen the video that Dylan gave me the other day of him and Jorge, and they ate that pepper. Loved it. I just got a message from, was it Aaron out there that made some salsa out of it. That looked super good.
It did.
All kinds of stuff going on. So, however, since
I'm going to trust the master here. Since the master says split, I'm all in.
Yeah, since we're going past this pepper, we're going to split it. Because the thing I find with the Sugar Rush Peach is it's a big pepper. There's a lot of mass there. And if you look right there in the center, I'm gonna flip to the zoom cam real quick here. So we got the desk zoom. There we are, everybody. You look at the center of that pepper. It is really meaty. It's a very fibrous pepper. You end up chewing this pepper quite a bit. And
there's no shot down the back of the throat. You got to get it out of the way there.
Yeah, you gotta work that one. And
all right.
Let's see here. We'll get you a toothpick.
We got tools. We got shot glasses. Now a toothpick.
Okay. And a toothpick, and I'll just go ahead and use this knife here. So, and you can pick it up with your fingers.
I'm gonna go back to the.
Oh yes, let's switch cameras. Thank you very much, sir. That's why I got a pro with me, who knows what's going on here. Excellent. Okay,
look,
let's do this.
It's a banana slug, just like Santa Cruz.
Right? It tastes like a banana if you lick it. I swear. Not a lot of heat on that one. I think we may have a dub. Start. Yeah.
It's building in the back though already.
Yeah. Ooh. It's definitely hotter than the Koyana.
Oh yeah.
Hotter than that. But you know what? I think that was the right choice. By only taking half, like you can feel that this is a hotter pepper, but imagine having just chewed on twice that mass and having had to work all of that fiber. Because what happens usually when you eat that whole pepper is you're chewing it so long that you grind all that hot pepper oil like into your teeth, and this one just like usually sits in your mouth. But cutting it in half, that was pretty pleasant.
So I definitely taste a different type of heat. Just a different type. I don't know if you call it taste, right? But there's a different type of heat that was in this pepper in the last one.
Yeah, like the texture of it.
It's almost like greasier. Is that a good word for it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a smoothness to it.
Yeah, it just kind of rolls over. The other one had like maybe a sharpness to it, and this one's just kind of like spread out.
Yeah, like the other one, I felt like kind of a numbness a little bit, but this one is like glaze of heat. Like
nice.
I don't know. I think that's good words for it.
I think that is. I like the terminology. Yeah. And this is one of the things where I like to get fresh reactions because we don't have words to describe what's going on. I mean, it's
pain.
Yeah, there's pain, but just sitting here and going ouch, ouch, ouch. Not so much. But so I like how it invokes all that. And delicious peppers, again, people enjoy them in salsa, really sweet. I myself have sliced one up and thrown it on a hot dog.
Yeah.
That was really good. Okay, so about 100,000 Scovilles. I'm rolling a pretty good sweat there myself.
Yeah, I definitely can feel that heat. Like I say, it's different. Like I already forgot which ones. I feel like I need a little labels.
Right.
There was the one that I had the wet feeling behind the eye, like the
eyes the Koyana you were saying, yes.
It had that feeling behind the eye and the numbness in the ear. And this one's, like I say, it's a totally different reaction.
Yeah.
I'm not getting those feelings at all. I'm just getting that silky glaze on the inside of my mouth. So it's something totally different.
I like your description of a silky glaze because that I wouldn't have thought of it in those terms, but as you're saying it, it just feels appropriate to this heat. Now with this one, I'm gonna go ahead and go for a little tomato.
A little cleansing.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna kind of dip that in the salt. And that's it. That heat is gone, just like that. Just like that.
Magic power.
Magic power.
It's called chemistry. It's not really magic. I don't want to mislead anybody.
It might be. It might be.
It might be. That's true.
Turns out you think it's chemistry. Something guy comes up. No, man.
The whole time
you just never knew.
Magic, man.
It was actually all magic. Okay, so this one is now getting serious. Are you in for more?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Keep trucking.
No problem. Okay, so this is the South African Fatale pepper. Much famed. About 200,000 Scovilles on this one.
Double the fun.
Double the pain, double the fun. You see how we're doubling. And this pepper is supposed to be super sweet. It's very meaty, so you will chew on it. It's has more of a perhaps fruity flavor than the ones we've tried in the past. And without saying too much more about it, in my opinion, this is the most delicious pepper I'm growing this year, except for how hot it is.
Okay.
It's a pepper that you will wish it was less hot. Yeah. So
we'll see.
We'll see how this goes. We're slicing that Fatale eye in half.
I'm gonna grab my tool, my toothpick of power.
Oh.
Clean toothpick. I don't want to reuse my toothpick. I don't want to be corrupted by the last one.
And there we go. We'll hold that up to the small cam so everyone can see the little teeny seeds, thin wall, not much placenta. And there's no sense jerking around. You just eat it.
Right away.
Right there, in your nose, huh?
Mm-hmm. All right. So now I'm back to the watering behind the eyes already. I can feel that's a total different type of heat again. But it's much more like the little teeny guy.
Very aromatic for me.
Aromatic.
Yeah, I feel it kind of taking my breath a little bit up in my sinuses. I feel my eyes are kind of like want to squint.
So like I was doing all good till a little saliva had to get down the backside, and I was like, ooh, stuck, and it hurt.
Yeah. There's a little bit of pain in my throat with this one. Not searing, not deadly, but definitely a notch up.
So I can almost taste like a fruitiness to this heat.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna sound weird. I want to say like cold. For some reason, like sometimes like ice has like almost a metallic-y taste to it.
Yes, I hear what you're saying.
And it's kind of floating around there and has that little residue of that. Yeah, it's like almost like a metallic flavor on the backside.
Now, is that like maybe blood rushing to the surface? that coppery taste of blood, as it were?
It could be, because there's a lot of reaction going on within my orifice here.
Yeah. So that's a good pepper, huh?
It's a good pepper,
Good pepper. And,
I like it. It's hot.
Yeah, hot. 200,000 Scovilles, still manageable. We're not talking the 1.5 million Scovilles of like a Trinidad Scorpion or... last year I did the Carolina Reapers that are sitting at about a little over 1 million Scovilles. those were some hot-ass peppers. These are hot-ass peppers, too, but they're hot down at a level where you can enjoy it. Like, last year you saw me eat a Reaper or that scorpion, and I'm like, twitching on the ground, yakking in the sink. My son, remember, he was taken out completely. He couldn't even finish the pepper challenge. So this is good. So now,
let me just say real quick. So this flavor's going on, right? Like the other ones, I felt it's starting to die, but I can still definitely feel like a yummy flavor to it. It's good. It's not. So normally when I eat hot peppers, I'll usually eat like jalapenos or serrano chilies.
Oh, right.
Some Thai chilies every once in a while, and if I eat them raw like this, I almost always have like, a burrito or something I'm eating it with.
Right. Same here, right?
It's very rare that I just eat the pepper and appreciate the pepper and the flavors of it just in and of itself. So
right.
It allows you to find that depth of flavor that floats around in it. Because like right before I started talking, I was like, I felt like I had this whole new rush of flavor coming back in. It's probably something stuck in a tooth that dropped away, but nevertheless.
Oh, that's amazing! Yes,
it was pretty cool. I like it. It's good.
Oh, I love your sense of what you're talking about there, and you're right. We always eat peppers in food, so we know what that, especially that bell pepper flavor. You might have one in a salad, but this year, I went with 14 types of peppers that I had never heard of, and I went for the whole range from sweet ones. I looked at a lot of descriptions. I hunted around a lot of Google. I mean, let's face it, I'm not like a scientist going down to a library. We're talking an afternoon of Google searching, okay? But nonetheless,
well,
I found
maybe the science part comes in observing his patients, but not so much of the pepper.
Yeah, there's a little of that. Well, I've grown for a few years, so I have some ideas.
Yeah.
And so I picked all these peppers to kind of just sense that variety, and that's what I'm finding. So like, and we started off with that Trinidad perfume pepper. So very low heat, but it had that aromatic, a nice flavor, a little sweetness to it, and that's what I feel that Fatale brings to the table. Is it's more aromatic. It's got maybe the same sweetness, but it's more aromatic. But the heat being where it is at that 200,000 Scoville range, it layers on top. And as you say, it's like when the heat starts to back off, then you still have that kind of sense of the aroma in your nostrils and the flavor. Delicious. But this is the kind of pepper I see going into really cooking more than anything.
Sure.
A soup might be really tasty with that sliced up in there.
Right. Peppers and chilies go a long way in soup, right? It really, the warm soup really transfers that heat throughout the whole bowl, and a little bit can go a long way in that type of meal. Yeah. I just also want to say that my tongue feels great, but the top of my mouth, the roof of my mouth, still feels a little numb. So
little raw right now.
Yeah,
need a little cleanser maybe to clean it off, or tomato is going to get you there, or are we just going to dive right in?
I kind of want to dive right in, but I like having a fresh palate for the different peppers.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I'm going to throw
a tomato cleanser. Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
And we see over on the chat there. Let's see. What's up, Bryce? Peppers of Sigmar. Blake Gaskins. What's up, buddy?
Oh, Big Nasty.
Yeah, Cody. How you doing, bro? Phil Tracy. What's up? Yeah, Phil was down with the scorpion. Ooh, yeah, that was not fun, right?
Phil, I just want to point out that you're the reason I'm here today, Phil. I saw you do it, and we've seen each other once or twice at some different tournaments. I'm like, if Phil can get in there and get her done, I'm going in. I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. But here we are.
But you're hanging. You're hanging. So far, so good, right? Okay, so when I sent the Snow White pepper up to our buddy Commander Dylan in the Navy up there in Washington, and he asked me about this, and I told him it was a motherfucker.
Oh, bold.
And as you guys saw in the video earlier in the week, this pepper is a motherfucker. Now, Dylan and Jorge each ate their own Snow White pepper. And Dave, as always, you are welcome to eat your own pepper. But once again, we've been surviving as a team here. And I was going to propose we split this pepper in half once again. And folks, there ain't no good talking about it. So you just got to dive right into these things. So this is the Snow White pepper. This one should be running about 300,000 Scoville units. This one, well, we'll see. Put it in your mouth, and may the blessings of the Omnissiah be with you.
Nurgle paint.
That is not fun.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a little hotter. I'm just going to say that for the record right now, John. That's a little hotter.
That's a little hotter.
Well, let's get in it. All right. I taste like something similar to a wax pepper type of flavor.
Okay.
Has more of that, what I think of as a traditional pepper flavor versus like a jalapeno type of pepper. Oh, right.
Yeah, that more bell peppery flavor kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely that.
But that I get a smokiness on it. There's like a smokiness. And this heat wraps around my tongue. It doesn't sit in the back. It's like under my tongue. It's across the top of my tongue. And it's like
it's just getting hotter.
Stabbing heat. I'm drooling a lot.
I feel like someone stuffed like a giant cotton ball of fire in the middle of your mouth. And so it's like, it almost has a substance in and of itself to it, like a texture.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to close your mouth because you feel like you're going to collapse in on the fireplace.
There's like a physicality to it.
Physicality,
like it's radiating off where you bit into it.
That's a good verbiage for it. Physicality. Oh, wait. Bolt. I think right now I just felt a slight turn in the corner, though.
Oh, yeah? It's dropping a little off. It's coming off.
Oh, that is that's some powerful mojo right there, though.
Right? Glad you took half?
Yeah, man. Well, I'm thinking we might go back and try the second half of these actions. I don't know. That guy's a little hot. Let me think about it some more. The stupidity has to grow before I jump in there for another go. But
I mean, I kept it off the cutting board, but I do have the Naga Vipers in the other room at 1.5 million Scovilles. But I personally was not going to be down for that ride tonight. I wasn't about to, unman myself like that by eating a 1.5 million pepper when I wasn't prepared ahead of time. So, but I applaud you, Dave. You have done the pepper challenge, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Boom. Taking them all on, all 6 heats. We have blasted everything. We start off with the Trinidad perfume pepper, sweet, aromatic.
Yeah, I mean, on that last one, I'm still caught up in it. I'm not really focused on what John's saying quite yet.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm still going.
Fair enough. He's still having his extreme pepper experience.
Yeah, I'm still like,
I gotta remember. I'm eating these ones a little more regularly. I got a faster recovery rate.
I feel like heat's coming out of the slightly bald spot on the top of my head. A little evacuation of heat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not incapacitated. I'm trying to appreciate.
Right.
All the little bits and pieces of it. It is definitely hot though. So yeah. So it's coming back down, and I feel like I can taste a habanero type of flavor in there now.
Yeah, that's that smokiness. That's what we expect from the habanero there.
Yep, I can definitely taste that coming back a little bit more now. I think it was a little hot.
Yeah.
To focus on the flavoring, but now it's
Yeah, now you're on the backside. You're like
I'm on the backside. I'm like It is quite an endorphin release, right? That it's almost like had a nice cigarette and I can lay back and exhale the evil smoke in a way.
Yeah, you're ready. You're ready now to like have a beer and watch a movie.
Yeah. It was actually very good. Yeah,
nice.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. More than I expected to.
What I found is that the Snow White is probably the hottest of this type of pepper, where you can still say that. Because it's not like there's a 400,000 and a 500. It jumps. It like goes from where we are here, then we're at 1 million.
It levels up fast.
and that same pepper 5 times as hot. It's not like eating 5 of those peppers.
Yeah.
It's a
exponential
kind of
experience. So, I think that wouldn't be fun.
No, it is and it isn't. So what I would say is, for now, I know I'm done. You're welcome to dive right back into any of those. He's coming down too. He's like, what do you think of that?
Let's see here.
Oh, here we go.
The banana's like going.
There we go. Now those are really good peppers. Those are just downright delicious. The Sugar Rush Peach.
Mm-hmm. A lot of meat.
There's a lot of meat. Like I said, when you bite into that whole pepper, there's a lot to chew there. There's a lot to it. Little stems out of the way. Okay, so now you've got the full Sugar Rush Peach experience, and now it's not the hottest pepper you've tried. So coming back down the scale, what's it like?
I feel like I got more flavor out of it a little bit that time, taking the whole action, although I don't know if I fully recovered from the other one yet. It seems to be slightly boosted.
But well, you're sensitized.
Yeah, there we go. A little more heat in my chest. I can feel them kind of going down range.
Oh, really?
Not bad. It doesn't hurt. I just feel like that heat is like those oils,
right? And that's one to watch for, like with the real Trinidad Scorpion. Like you take a couple chunks of that and you do this inhale and you pull those vapors in your lungs and you're like you're short of breath for a minute. You notice these things, and so yeah, that's a real danger. It's not, but it is. You know,
I just I feel like from here on up, it feels a little warm.
Nice.
So I did notice that I can't remember which one. One of them I did that. I took some air in, and I don't think that was a good idea. No, it's better not to do that. It's like breathing when you take a shot and you get all those fumes of Jack Daniels down the back of your throat. It's not going to work. Right?
No, and we all know that when you're tasting that whiskey, right? You sip, blow out the vapors.
Yeah.
Sip, blow out the vapors.
Same idea when we're talking about these peppers, right? The vapors can definitely be strong.
Yeah, and then the last thing, of course, is now we've used a knife and utensils, but too much handling of the peppers, touching this board right now, any of that stuff. Like here's the danger. Here's where you get messed up, and I'm going to point out right here before we get into this is I've set the knife on the board right where I've cut the peppers. So now the handle has some oils on it. I go and pick up the knife, and I'm like, oh, scratch it up, and that's it. It's like an hour later, you're burning. I just inhaled something. Oh yeah,
builds character.
Oh yeah, a little piece of Snow White just came out of my tooth there and reminded me of who the king of the kingdom is right there.
Well, I have been fortunate enough to have been pepper sprayed a couple times in training and once or twice by a partner on accident.
Oh yeah,
and, it's no fun getting any of this kind of product in your eyeball. It hurts.
I have never been pepper sprayed. Obviously, when I was in the Army, I did the gas stuff, CS gas, not only in the chamber like everybody sees in movies and stuff, but our particularly creative drill instructors would just randomly throw CS gas canisters at us while we were marching along for a little bonus,
Yeah, it's good for you.
Good for you, yeah. Go. CS gas keeps you going. So yeah, well, Dave, again, I appreciate you coming down here, sir. Thank you very much. I'm going to send you away with a big old bag of peppers. Here we took on the hot peppers, but in my garden I have all kinds of sweet peppers, all kinds of good stuff for you to take home. Nice. And of course, what a great way to kick off this holiday weekend, right?
I love it.
Got any plans for the holiday weekend?
Yeah, I'll be working over in Santa Cruz all weekend, helping protect homes from fires.
Oh, very nice. Well, we appreciate everything you're doing, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We were only 2 miles away from the evacuation zone here. And of course, they backed it up, and so we're safe now.
Right.
And then 2 days afterwards, I'm going to come home from work, and so I put on Waze, and Waze pops up and says, "Your address is in an evacuation zone. Do you want to pick a different destination?" I'm like, that's not the message I want to see. That is not. Oh, and with that fine thought, everybody, stay safe, be cool, enjoy some hot peppers, and much love. Have a